Hello friends, welcome to our channel Brain Alive. In this video, we will discuss transistor biasing methods. First, we should know what is transistor biasing. We know that the common use of the transistor is that it is used as an amplifier. And before we use it as an amplifier, there must be proper flow of collector current at a particular collector emitter voltage. And when we apply the signal at the input, this collector current and this collector emitter voltage must be maintained at that point. So we can say the proper flow of zero signal collector current and the maintenance of collector emitter voltage during the passage of the signal is transistor biasing. Now, why should the transistor be biased? There are the following three reasons to bias the transistor. First one, when we use the transistor as an amplifier, the emitter based junction must be forward bias and the collector based junction must be reversed bias. To maintain these junctions forward and reversed bias, transistor biasing is needed. And the second reason is to make the operating point stable. The operating point is the intersection between the output characteristics and the DC load line. These values of VCE and IC gives the operating point. At a particular value of VCE, the current IC must flow. This current IC must flow, and the operating point must not move towards this side or this side. It must be stable so that there is no distortion of the input signal at the output. So this point must be stable. And the third reason is to avoid the thermal runaway of the transistor. Thermal runaway is the self-destruction of the transistor due to rise in temperature of the transistor. So, due to these three reasons, transistor biasing is needed. Now we will discuss the methods of transistor biasing. There are four methods of transistor biasing. These are base resistor method, collector to base bias with collector and emitter feedback, and the voltage divider bias. In this video, we will discuss only first method, base resistor method. In this method of base resistor biasing, we will apply a very high value of resistor RB applied between positive terminal of VCC and the base. As this base is connected to the positive terminal of VCC, this base and emitter junction is forward bias as we need it. And also the zero signal base current is provided by this VCC. This circuit can be drawn in this manner. Here we have shown the positive terminal of battery by plus VCC and this terminal is grounded. So this is the equivalent circuit of this one. Now we will analyze the circuit. Generally the circuit is analyzed to find out the value of this RB. As we know, this is the common emitter configuration. So the relation between IC and IB is given by this equation. IC is equals to beta IB. So IB equals to IC upon beta. Now to find out the value of RB, we will consider only the input side of the circuit. In this circuit, we have removed the output side. Only the input side is shown in the circuit. Plus VCC, IB, RB and the VBE. To apply, now we will apply KVL in the circuit. To apply KVL, we have redrawn the circuit to make it easy. As RB is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and ground is connected to the negative terminal. So we have shown the battery here. Now we will apply KVL. The direction of the current and the sign we have considered when the current is entering into the terminal. So minus VCC because current is entering in negative terminal. So it is minus VCC plus IBRB because the current is going in this side. So because it is positive, so IB into RB plus this VB because it is also positive. It is connected to this one. So minus VCC plus IBRB plus VB equals to 0. Now we will manipulate the equation. So the equation becomes VCC equals to IBRB plus VBE. Now after solving this equation, we will get the value of RB. This is RB equals to VCC minus VBE upon IB. Now we'll put the value of IB as IC equals to beta IB, so IB equals to IC upon beta. So we will put in place of IB, IC is IC upon beta. So after solving this, we will get the value of RB equals to VCC minus VBE into beta upon IC. This equation gives the value of RB. As we can see in the equation, VCC is constant and VBE and beta are also constant because it can be taken from the transistor manual, and here the IC is also fixed by the operating conditions. So all the values are constant. So this method is also known as fixed bias method because RB is a fixed value. Now to find out the value of operating point, means value of IC and VCE, we will analyze the output side of the circuit. The circuit is redrawn here. In this circuit we have removed the input side, only the output side is shown in the circuit. Now we will apply KVL in the output side. To make the circuit understandable, we have redrawn the diagram. Now we will apply the KVL in this circuit. We have taken the direction when the current is entering into a terminal. So minus VCC plus IC into RC and then plus VCE equals to 0. So after manipulating the equation, VCC equals to IC into RC plus VCE. Now after solving this equation, we can find out the value of VC equals to VCC minus IC into RC. And also, as we know, IC equals to beta IB. Now we will put the value of IB. It is IB is given by this equation. We know RB equals to VCC minus VB upon IB, as we have derived earlier. This is RB equals to VCC minus VB upon IB. This VB is much less than this value, so it can be neglected. So the equation becomes RB equals to VCC upon IB. So IB can be found out. IB equals to VCC upon RB. So we have put the value of this IB, VCC upon RB. It gives the value of IC. Now we will discuss the stability factor of this transistor biasing method. These are the equations which gives the coordinates of the operating point of this transistor biasing method. VCC is given by VCC minus IC into RC, and IC is given by beta upon beta into VCC upon RB. We can see here IC depends upon beta and beta depends upon the temperature. So as the temperature increases, beta also changes. This changes the value of IC. So this method does not make the operating point stable. This is the general equation of stability factor. Beta plus 1 upon 1 minus beta delta IB upon delta IC. As we know, in this transistor biasing method, IB does not depend upon IC because in this method, RB which fixes the value of IB is connected to the VCC. So IB depends upon VCC, not on IC. So this does not depend upon IC. That's why this term becomes 0. So delta IB upon delta IC equals to 0. So stability factor is S equals to beta plus 1, which is a very high value. A high value of stability factor shows poor stability. Now we'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this method. As only the RB is connected in the transistor, so this method is very simple in construction. And only RB is connected, so the calculations is also simple. In this method, there is no loading of the source because no resistor is connected between base and emitter, because here we apply the input signal. And the disadvantage is, as this method gives a very high stability factor, so there is poor stability. And as there is poor stability, so this method is rarely used. Now I hope you got the concept of base resistor method clearly. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching the video.